That's never a good looking sight, is it? Because you know you're working on something when you see the cab tilted forward and the arms in the air. Yes, well, I have spent the last 2 days with a friend pulling this thing apart, getting to the leak. We had a hydraulic leak in one of our steel lines, so this is what we have ended up with. Pieces, parts and pieces, getting it all out of here. Let's see, this was something like this, and this one up here like that. This line here, do I have the piece? Yes. This line here has all of these nipples coming off of it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are hoses, rubber hoses attached to these with hose clamps. What was leaking was right around this nipple here, somewhere up around there. There's rust on this line. At least I think that's where it was. We had to break this nipple off in order to get everything apart. So the unfortunate part is you cannot put all of this back in as one piece without taking the motor out or taking the hydraulic pump out or something. So like I did the last time with the hydraulic line on here, we are doing some cutting and modification. Luckily, this line here is not a high pressure line. Okay, so that's one thing going for us. So what we're gonna do, I have a new line coming. I called Zimmerman's today. They actually have one of these lines in stock. We need the nipples. We need the nipples. So that's why I had to order a new line, because we have to have these nipples on the line attached to it so we can hook all of these rubber hoses back up. We're gonna have to make a cut in the new line when we get it somewhere, and it's probably gonna have to be here because I could get the line out when the cut was here. Initially, I made the cut up here, but this elbow had to go through a hole about yay big, I think it was. We just couldn't get enough flex to get this elbow around to pull the rest of this out. When I made this cut here, then I could pull the rest of this out. So what we're gonna do, when we get the new line, figure out where we're gonna cut it, and then we're gonna splice it together with the rubber hose. Since this is not a high pressure hose, it's just a drain, I think it's a drain hose, or the suction line for the machine. We're gonna cut it and then splice it back together. This hose we'll put back over top and put some hose clamps on it and call it a day and hope we're gonna be okay with that. That is the game plan. So in the meantime, while we were in there looking around, we found 2 more lines. Well, I found this line initially. On this elbow, there was some rust on here. We had to loosen these lines in order to get this line out. So we said, you know what, while we are this far, and with this rust on here, you know, I've already had 2 lines now on this machine rust. We may as well replace it while we're this far into it. So we've cut these 2 lines out. The one line here wasn't as bad. Well, I say that. It was in a different location. Here in the middle, right here. I think eventually this was going to be a problem. So we have cut these lines out again because of what they were. We couldn't get them out in one piece, so we've cut them. We've got rubber lines made up with all of our elbows in there and what have you. So we're thinking these rubber hoses are gonna work in place of those, and that's our game plan. We're hoping. But I'm saving a lot of money if this works. If this plan works, I'm saving a lot by not having to pull that engine out. I'm not sure I could do that on this machine. The last quote I got 3 years ago from a dealer to replace the other hydraulic hose that had busted on here was like $6,000. I'm saving myself $6,000. I will have the new line with the nipple is $280 that's being shipped to me. I paid $350. I just went to one of my local guys and had these made up, and it was, I think, $350 or $375, something like that, for these hoses to be made up. So $600 in hydraulic hoses. A little bit of time. We spent 5 hours yesterday until I was finally just covered in hydraulic oil, and I finally said, I've had enough for today. I almost died doing this project. Can you see this spot right here? Yes. Right here. Am I pointing the camera the right way? Yeah, right there. I should probably have stitches, but I'm a scaredy cat. I don't like doctors. I don't like blood. I was rolling out from under the machine here yesterday. I was on the creeper. This door was open. I was rolling out from there on the creeper, laying on my back, got out and raised up, and my head hit right on that corner. I think you can still see some blood there. It hurt. It's raining, in case you are wondering what that noise is. Rain on a tin roof. It hurt. Well, I didn't think it was bleeding. I got up in the machine here because we were working some hoses here. All of a sudden, blood is dripping off the tip of my nose and falling down here. Is there any blood spots here? I had blood just kind of coming down off of the tip of my nose. I was in the machine like this, working these hoses, blood coming off on my nose, falling in here, and that's when I thought, uh-oh, I got a problem. So I got some paper towels, patted on my head. The guy that was helping me, he looked at it, he said, I think you'll be okay. It stopped bleeding. I kept putting it up there, didn't see a whole lot of blood. I said, yep, I'm okay. I didn't realize that I did not have any video footage yesterday. We were just into this. When I got in the truck yesterday evening to head home, I had dried up blood on my nose, down my face, in my hair. Of course, I had hydraulic fluid in my hair. I was a sight to behold. So I got home, took a shower. My wife came in. I said, look at this spot on my head. Tell me what you think. She said, I think you need stitches. It looks like you need 2 or 3 stitches. I said, nope, ain't happening. I'm not going to the hospital. So I've got a battle scar there. So I'll always remember it. I'll have this scar on my head. I'll have hair that won't grow there, but I'm alive to tell the story, so that's good. We had almost 3/4 of an inch of rain yesterday, and we've had almost 2/10 of an inch today. For the most part, the sun has been shining today, but we've had these showers off and on. This is the worst one yet. But there you can see 0.18 inches of rain so far. Temperature, it's been a little cool the last couple days, 65 degrees. Oh, 0.19. So I'm going to be out of the fields for a couple more days. Let's see, today is Thursday. Have I mentioned that? This is Thursday evening. Memorial Day weekend coming up. I doubt I'll get that new line until probably next Tuesday is my guess. So I won't get back to putting this together until next week. Okay, I told a fib about the rubber hydraulic hoses I just had made up. $310 to have those 2 hoses made up, but we had a lot of fittings in there, a lot of elbows. So yeah, $310. And then the $280 for the other steel line with the nipples. So yeah, right around that $600 mark. So I'm happy with that if it all works. I'm not happy with the rain right now because we don't really need it, but that's okay. Not a whole lot I can do about it. It's a rainy morning so far. 0.63 inches. Looks like I've got to change the date. That date is wrong. It is Wednesday morning, is it the 28th, I think it is. So what we're gonna do is try to get this thing back together today. We'll see how it goes. Cutting my brand new pipe. Man, look at this. I should go to my local hardware store and get a new blade for that. There we go. 5 hours later, and we've almost got it back together. I've got to go find one piece of hose here. It's a reinforced hose that I've got to replace. This end is a little bit boogered up. I can't get it back on the nipple. But we've got all of our other hoses running here. So we did replace. These two were steel lines that went down. These are for the lift arms. Steel lines went down under the pump here and connected here on the valve. So we have replaced the steel lines with these rubber lines, a bunch of angles. I showed those to you earlier. Took a little bit of maneuvering, but we did get them in there. And then of course, the main line underneath with all the nipples, we ended up cutting that. And then we had to splice it back together with a 1-inch hose. That was this line here. And let me see if I can put it together here for you. I think I'd already shown it to you once. That was, oh, that, how did that go? Something like this. Something similar to that. Okay. The issue was this elbow, with that elbow in there, we could not slide the pipe through there. Initially I wanted to cut it right here and then slide this section up in there, and then this is the section that attaches to the supply tank. So this is the supply line, and then I was going to splice it right here with that rubber hose. We just couldn't maneuver this rest of this with the nipples on there up under that pump and everything else. So we ended up cutting the new line right here, left everything else together, and then we were able to get this line in from one end, this line from the other end, and then just spliced it right here with that 1-inch rubber hose, put a hose clamp on either side of it. This is a supply line. It's not a high pressure line. So I think that is going to work for me. That's the only way we could get it in there without pulling the pump, the engine, something out of there. It took us 6 or 7 hours to pull it all out. And we've been here 5 hours this morning putting it all back together. The last piece of the puzzle is this line right here. I don't think my local hardware store has anything like this that's enforced, so I'm gonna go up to my hose guy and get a piece of this. It's a matter of slipping that on with 2 hose clamps, putting oil in it, and it should be good to go. Hopefully there are no leaks. What do we got? 12 hours roughly in the project, 2 people, 12 hours. And about $600 in parts, thereabouts. So I've saved some money doing this myself, if it all works. And in the 5 hours we have been working on this, we have more than doubled our rain. So what was it earlier, 0.6 something? And now we're at 1.35. Yeah. It's a lot of rain out there. Water is laying everywhere. The moment of truth, I'm putting the cab down, I'm going to start it up, and we're going to see if we have any leaks. I'm not going to bolt it down yet, in case I've got to go back underneath of there. So far, I see no drips underneath. I see no drips at the moment. I'm going to let it sit here overnight and check it in the morning. I have not put any shields on, so I'll roll under there in the morning, look at it. If everything looks good, I can put all the shields on the bottom, and we should be good to go. Okay, I've saved another $6,000 on this repair. Now, I did not really show you a lot about how we did it on the inside. Just know that it can be done. And that is if you've got to replace this line here, the one with all the nipples on it, on a Case SV280. You're going to need to cut it behind the elbow to get this out of the bottom and to get that out of the top, and then a hose to put the new one on and splice it together. So that's if this little nipple here has rusted off. And then these other lines, if they get rusted and you've got to replace them, you can do it with all rubber lines and just put 90-degree elbows in here where they belong. We did not put any curves in this hose, as you saw when I showed you the hoses that we had made up. No curves here. Since it's a rubber line, they'll bend around there. So we had, what, 290s? Two 90s in each hose. Yep. Okay, I think I'm pleased. I think I'm pleased with this and how it turned out. Fingers crossed that there's no puddles on the floor in the morning. Okay, my mess is for the most part cleaned up. I'm gonna call it a wrap, and I'm gonna say, see ya! See ya!